You're still watching the City of Lagos TV show. There is a critical agency that is saddled with the responsibility of making sure that every eligible, capable, and of course qualified Lagosian gets empowered and engaged. And that agency is the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. It's my pleasure to welcome the Executive Secretary of this agency, talking about Mrs. Teju Abisoye. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to be here.
What is the vision, mission statement, and mandate of this agency? And what is the agency's strategic relevance in tandem with the themes agenda of Mr. Governor?
Basically, our mandate is actually to address youth unemployment in Lagos State. Our vision really is to be the enabling agency to make sure people can actually achieve their dreams, their aspirations, and to be more productive, thereby making sure that people get gainfully engaged. We're talking about economic livelihoods, and then we're talking about increasing productivity in the state. So we are aligned with themes agenda because what we then do is we support micro, small, medium enterprises to flourish. How do we encourage technology? How do we make Lagos the 21st century? Across all sectors. So basically what we're doing here at LSETF is first, providing access to finance and attendance support to businesses to make sure that they can create the jobs. Second, we're making sure people get the right skills to take up the jobs that are available in the market, whether it's in technology, in traffic and transport, whether it's in cooking, wherever they need the skills to take up the jobs that are available. Tourism and entertainment is very critical. As Lagos State, this is particular to us in making sure that people, first of all, the sector recovers from COVID, but more importantly, people get that right skill to help that industry flourish.
Thank you very much. Now, let's look at quickly the achievements since you came on board. First, the scope and capacity of the agency to create jobs, wealth, and tackle unemployment in Lagos.
We started in 2016. I became the Executive Secretary in 2019. But what we've done is broaden our partnership tentacles. Just to be able to increase our capacity to tackle the issue, we've gone into various partnerships. First, in terms of skills creation, we're in partnership with the United States Africa Development Foundation. We went into partnership with commercial banks to provide a blended financing structure to increase the pool of funds available to MSMEs. We're in partnership with Access Bank, First Bank, Polaris Bank, Eco Bank, Edfin Microfinance Bank. And it's crucial to us because, again, that is where we begin to see that we really don't want austerity, or when you say that we don't have enough, to limit the things LSETF can do as a primarily government-funded institution. So we've expanded our scope to be able to deliver on our mandate. In 2018, we conducted an independent impact assessment just to understand really the impact of what we're doing. At that time, we had supported over 7,000 businesses. Data was gathered from over 1,000 businesses. Supporting the 7,000 businesses, they had been able to create direct and indirectly over 100,000 jobs. And that data also then gave us the assumptions based on the fact that, look, for every loan you give, this is the number of jobs that is actually created. But to date, we believe that we've done over 160,000 in direct and indirect jobs, looking at the businesses and the enterprises we've been supporting. Our liaison officers also have that responsibility to make sure that in the ecosystem where they operate, people are aware of the opportunities available to them through Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. We have 26 liaison offices across local governments in the entire state. I'm happy to be on this conversation with you because I'm hoping it creates awareness about the opportunities also available. And we use the media, both digital, traditional, as much as we can to let people be aware. We're on social media, we have a website, we have a call center. And we want people to be able to come to LSETF to say through any of the channels and use any of the opportunities available to increase their own productivity. What we then do is when we get data and people come and apply, we keep them in a database and we engage them as required and as our programs allow. So for example, for the training programs, over the years, we've had over 30,000 apply. Today, we've trained over 11,000. But we will constantly engage from the database and always open it up for people to also apply again.
Okay, thank you very much. That's quite interesting. What are the strategic mechanisms, criteria considered for eligibility or access to the fund?
For you to be eligible, the primary most important thing is you have to be resident in Lagos. So you have to have your LASRA ID. Apart from this, depending on what level of intervention you're requesting, you need to have your tax identification number. Everything else is now dependent on what kind of support are you looking for. Are you a business? It's different. Are you looking for skills? It's different. Do you want to be supported under the technology ecosystem structure? So there are different things, there are different buckets of interventions, and the requirements differ. 80% of our clients are in the nano and micro enterprise space. So they're traders, they're one-man business, they're the one-man me and my wife business across different sectors.
Not the market women, not the Yaloja.
Including the Yalojas. So we actually even have a specific program targeted at women. Applications from that program alone is over 5,000. And it's only women across women associations, the Yaloja associations. We target women specifically, again, because first of all, we understand the gap. They don't have as much, they're not as aggressive, so we want to encourage them to access funding. They pay back better, they have higher impacts than the traditional male business. So we recognize all of this, and we have been providing support specifically to women-run enterprises as well. So our spectrum is not limited to a certain type of business, it's the entire spectrum of businesses, is everybody.
Is there a form of grant? Must you pay back every fund you're given?
The first grant program we did was in October 2020, and it was an aftermath of the EndSARS issues. A lot of businesses were vandalized, looted. We supported over 2,000 businesses with grants, and we disbursed over 1 billion naira in grant support to help businesses get back on track. We recently launched the second grant program, which is also still called the Recovery Fund. And this one is now specific for COVID recovery. In fact, almost all businesses were affected by COVID, majority adversely. Some people prospered more. So businesses that had adverse effects are now advised to apply to the Recovery Grant 2.0. It closed on the middle of October with over 13,000 applications. So there will be independent verifiers going across to confirm that these businesses exist, they're sustainable, and pumping in the grant is just to help them recover.
Is there any form of monitoring, mentorship, and proper supervision of recipients of the fund to ensure judicious use of the disbursed funds?
There's a whole desk or unit that their business is business support monitoring and evaluation. So basically, for the loan program, we have a BDSP structure, business development support organizations, that first of all verify, but also monitor. This is important to us because once we have red light about a business not performing, their business is to immediately go to the field to find out what's going on or what is causing that non-performance for that business. In terms of the training, every cohort goes into a pool where they begin to have a maximum of 25 people to a mentor. Because why is this important? These people are new in the work environment. They're new to this, go and work. I have a skill, what do I do with it? So the mentor then begins to help them navigate this new territory. So we do this monitoring, we do mentoring even for businesses where we pair them up with people who are already in their sector or more successful entrepreneurs. And we're constantly engaging them through webinars to engage them with capacity development, other entrepreneurs sharing their skills, their lessons learned, to just improve results, really. Our agency is under the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment. So we literally represent like their agency that can do like lending, that can help support all the work they do. So when they upskill or train artisans, we have a pool of funds that is supporting artisans with Polaris Bank. When they do other trainings, women entrepreneurship, anything, we support those kind of trainings or those kind of interventions with loans. With Women Affairs, they train a lot of young girls with skills. We kind of support them by providing access to finance for them to go and make use of that skill. So startup capital to a maximum of 250,000 per person as a loan.
Let's share your challenges and how you're able to surmount these challenges to deliver on your mandate.
Some people see it as challenges, we see it as opportunities. When you think about the number, it seems like a wicked problem. But the opportunity is to then form partnerships so people are not working in silos so that you can do a lot more. How we surmount this again is blending. And then how do we make sure, even with the human resource, how do you find the people to implement with integrity again? How do you make sure that you're building that culture, the whistleblowing platform? We're very innovative, we're nimble enough to make sure that we're innovating as the time or as the structure requires.
Madam, on a final note, what's your word of encouragement, assurance to Lagosians and to your partners and other stakeholders?
First, to the young people out there, visit the LSETF website, visit the LSETF call center, our liaison offices. There are different opportunities to learn different skills using the internet, free skills. So please visit the LSETF. For our partners, we're committed to this, addressing these issues. We look forward to doing much more with you and improving the numbers and the impact that we have as an agency, solving this issue in Lagos State. It's so important, because we believe that if we get it right, we will not only increase GDP, we will increase tax payments, we will reduce insecurity as a whole. Thank you very much.
Mrs. Teju Abisoye, thank you very much for coming on the City of Lagos TV
It's
show.
a pleasure, sir.
The City of Lagos TV show will continue in a moment.